few statistics and why we think there's a huge opportunity for brick and mortar retailers today. So 82% of United States adults own a smartphone. And that's not too surprising to all of us here. What might be a little more surprising, or at least it still is to me, is that 91% of Americans keep their phones 24/7 within reach. Just out of curiosity, everybody just put up their smartphone. I'm curious if we're consistent with that here. Pretty much everybody in this room probably has a smartphone with them right now. So the US obviously isn't the only stronghold for smartphones. It's growing globally very, very fast. By the end of this year, in just a few short months, 1.75 billion people in the world are expected to have a smartphone. And 24 months from then, by the end of 2016, global smartphone penetration will be 2.5 billion. So you all have asked yourselves, I'm sure, what should my business be doing to take advantage of this? All these people with smartphones. And unfortunately, most brick and mortar retailers are doing nothing. And we think that's the biggest mistake. This is a situation where the biggest mistake is nothing, the next biggest mistake is something wrong, but at least doing something, and the best thing is obviously to do the best. But there's a lot of learning to be done from just putting your foot in the water and getting started. The cost to doing nothing is to have your competitors grabbing your customers. And if they're progressive and they're doing a pretty good job, they're going to experience statistics like this. The response to mobile offers is 10 times higher on redemption of an offer than it is for print, and typically can be an order of magnitude lower cost to put a mobile offer out than to put a print offer out. And the response to mobile search returns is also extremely high, especially for restaurants, where 90% of mobile searches are converted, 64% within 1 hour. And just a little personal case study, and this is anecdotal. I've not talked to a lot of people about this, nor have I done any sort of scientific data collection on this. Peet's versus Starbucks. So as you all probably know, Starbucks has a pretty remarkable mobile app out there. It's driving 14% of all of their transactions right now. 14% of their business goes through their mobile app. Peet's does not have a mobile app. So I love Peet's coffee, and I like Starbucks coffee a lot. I used to go out of my way to go to a Peet's. I live in San Francisco where Peet's is headquartered, so there are a lot of Peet's. There are also a lot of Starbucks, obviously, because I live in the United States. I live in the world. But I would go out of my way within a couple blocks to get to a Peet's. Now, in 2009, I downloaded the Starbucks app, and I noticed my behavior changed. Why did it change? The Starbucks app makes it very easy for me to transact and collect my loyalty points with a single swipe. Now, I didn't think I was going to be a victim to loyalty points, sort of probably worth 20 cents a star for me, but I am. I'm a little surprised by it. My wife is shocked and frustrated because I'm always bringing home Starbucks coffee and she loves Peet's. But they made it really, really easy for me, and I found that I would now go a few blocks out of my way for Starbucks as opposed to Peet's. So an example of a brand on the forefront of mobile, and I think they're doing a really good job. I think they could be doing some things better, but they're still stealing customers away from Peet's in the case of me and I think a lot of other people.